Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Christy and welcome to the world of YARNBARF. I can't say my own channel name without giggling. You'd think I'd be tired of it by now, but no, I still giggle. I've got some exciting news. I had ordered, I know I was doing a shop my stash, but there were some deals I could not pass up, and one of them I had to get Premier yarn, the puzzle yarn, because I fell in love with their Fresh Blooms colorway. It's a bulky 5. I've made a baby blanket with it, and I said, wouldn't these just make a beautiful spring cardigan? All the lovely pastel colors. So I ordered more, because you know how it goes, you can't find it at the store. Or they discontinue it. It never fails. The stuff you like the most disappears. It's Murphy's Law. So I was expecting one box, and I'll show you what I did get in my one box. I did order, and this was a steal. I had to go for it. This was $25 off of their price. 25 was $5, $5 for 3 of this. Is clean cotton big, and this is a chunky, I think this is a chunky 5 or a chunky 6 here. Yeah baby, super bulky. Oh yeah, I have a paid pattern. It's a purse and it looks like an owl. It'll have 2 owl eyes, and it's gonna be, this should be perfect for it. And I bought 3 of these, so $15 went toward this, and I saved $75, right? The $25 off. Woo-hoo-hoo. For someone like me on a fixed income, I had to go for it, because you know, it's kind of like at a flea market. When you see something that you like and it's a great price, you better jump on it, because it may not be there when you come back for it later. So who doesn't love a bargain? Look, there goes my crochet hook. Hold on, what else did we get in here? Oh, and these are gorgeous. I had to get them. They're called Colorburst. Colorburst. This is absolutely beautiful. I didn't open them yet. Maybe I should get a better look. I hate to open it because I don't want them to get messed up. Let's see. Okay, let's see here. This is, wow, 660 yards. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Woohoo! 666 yards. We can do some damage with that. And it's says 2 ounces, no, 7 ounces. It's superwash merino wool, 65% of it. And then, oh my God, this is gonna be so soft. And look at this gorgeous colorway, if you could see any of it. This is beautiful. And I've got one, I think, let me see, I'm gonna dig down here in the box. Woohoo! I think we got 2 of these. No, I think I got 3. Oh my gosh, again, it's a great deal. I need to look at my receipt. Oh, and by the way, it's a little chilly here today in North Carolina, so I am wearing a shawl that I made a few years ago. This is a shawl patterned by Fiber Spider. It's called the Lapping Waves Shawl. And it's all rainbow colors, because I do love rainbow colors. And I wore it to a big pride event in Winston-Salem. It was an amazing event. And of course, the rainbow is the sign or the symbol that the LGBTQ people enjoy using. So I wore this, and boy, did I get complimented. Also, I posted it in Mikey's group on Facebook, the Crochet Crowd. Oh my goodness, the room blew up. I never in my life saw so many likes and favorable comments. It's like I broke the internet that day. I was like, wow, I expected, somebody to say, oh, that's pretty. I didn't expect the room to blow up. Yeah, I remember Mikey when he used to be a trucker, and I was a trucker. So we go back a few years. And this is something I'm working on. One of the girls and our sisters in our community, she's a pattern designer. In fact, one of the designs she made, I purchased, and it's called the Wild Jen Ivy Wild and Free top. I don't care what you look like body-wise. It's going to look good on you. This beautiful blouse she made will look good on anybody. And I'm fluffy, so I need to. So speaking of, she has another pattern that I'm working on. And it's not going to look anything like hers, because I have never made a sweater. I have never made a sweater. And this is being worked from the bottom up, from the ribbing. And I took these Creative Hands advice and measured around the widest part of my body, which for me is either the belly or the hips. I think the belly's a little wider than the hips. You know, I went through menopause and my body went from a shapely pear shape more to an apple. People say, are you in shape? Like, yeah. Round is a shape. So this is when I'm using a pretty baby colored yarn for, again, with the pastels. And I got to show you, let me put this video on pause for a second. I've got to show you the Premier yarn and what Premier blessed me with. I told my dear friend Tank, she's I Love to Crochet on YouTube, and that's number 2, I Love number 2 Crochet. And she says, well, did you call them and tell? I said, no, why would I call them? I said, yarn manufacturers have been known to bless some content creators with yarn. They want you to try it out. They want you to review it. Look at Bag O' Day. Look at Crystal from Bag O' Day. She gets gifted yarn by yarn companies, not because she's sponsoring them, but they want her to try it out. What do you think of this yarn, Crystal? What do you think of that? Now, I've never worked with chenille. And none of my yarny friends would have sent it to me. One, it's dearly expensive. I mean, these are 1,312 yards per cone. Is that insane or what? That's a lot of yardage. So, let me see if I can pause this. I don't have my glasses on. Hold on, guys. Alrighty, let's get this camera to aim right at. Here's my Premier yarn. Hold on, this thing's persnickety here. Here we go. Hopefully we got that in the picture. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's kind of there. I need a production team here. I need an extra hand. This is the Premier puzzle yarn that I'm just crazy about. Look at this. This gorgeous stuff. This is a bulky 5. And this is the colorway Fresh Blooms. And I believe it's going to make an absolutely beautiful spring cardigan with these pastel colors. But the thing that really threw me a curveball was that there was another box. Whoops, there goes the camera. I knew that was going to happen. All right, so we're going to have to hold it. Hang on to your seats, guys. Don't get nauseous. The thing that threw me a curveball was there was another box, and it was quite heavy. And usually my FedEx guy brings the boxes up that are heavy onto my back deck. So he didn't. He just left it under the carport, which at least that's good because it was raining, so I didn't want anything to get wet. But I had a little difficulty, you know. My back is kind of crippled, but we did it. We got it upstairs. And that's the first thing I opened because I'm like, what did I get? What did I buy that's so heavy? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I got 9 cones of this gorgeous, just chenille yarn. Unbelievable. I was like, what? And again, none of my friends would know if I like chenille or not, and who's got a wallet that big to buy that much chenille and send it to me? Okay, let's see if I can pause this again. I'm so excited to show you guys. Okay, we're back. I hope I didn't make you nauseous. Did you see all that beautiful cone yarn? There's 9 of them. I've got one in every color. 1,312 yards per cone. I am just floored. Premier Yarns, thank you. Thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I will be going to your website. PremierYarns.com does have a website, and they have free patterns. And see how I make to make the best use out of this gorgeous chenille that you sent me. It is a bulky 6, friends. So I enjoy working with yarns pretty much 3 weight and up. find the 2-weight a little bit difficult anymore with older eyes and arthritic hands, you know, just getting old part kind of bites. Because I used to whip up doilies like nobody's business. Little tiny hook, little thread. Oh man, did I make doilies. In fact, my ex-fiance, Bobby, used to say, oh, here's an empty spot, Christy will put a doily on it. He was right, too. So I wanted to share that and urge you to go over to Premier Yarns and see if they still have some sales going on. I do love the Premier puzzle. I bought a whole mess of it a few weeks back. And then I hear this week Hobby Lobby was having their clearance sales. Now, I was at my local Hobby Lobby in Winston-Salem a couple of weeks ago. Did I hear something? A couple of weeks ago. And the clerk at the register said, oh, we had our clearance sale in January. Like, what? I never heard a word about it. Now, Winston-Salem, I'm about 20 miles from Winston, so that's a 40-mile round trip. I have a 1997 Ford Ranger. I baby her. I'm like the little old lady that only goes to church or the market on Sundays. I baby her. She's a classic, like me. She's a 97. I got her in 1999. She is Ford tough. Yeah, Ford tough. That's right. Just keep her juicy. keep fluids in her. You know, transmission fluid. Change the oil regular. She's probably got close to 200,000 miles on her. Oh, look, Rexy's out the door. Hear him? Now, I fed that little monster his breakfast. He's a very demanding cat. He never used to be, but he's getting old and trifling. So, anyway, where was I? I forgot now. So, squirrel moment. Speaking of squirrels, Granny D is getting better. Dory did it, has been her angel. She drove all the way from Norfolk, Virginia to Granny D's, but first she stopped at her brother's house and dropped off 2 of her kitty cats to be babysat. And her brother has the other 2 cats from the same litter. And then she drove another hour plus to Granny D's. She's been with Granny D all week. Granny D is knit, purl, and squirrel with Granny D. So she's like the den mother. I call her the den mother of YouTube because we all like to gather up there. She's very regular and consistent with her programming. So we know Saturday is tea at 3. We like to be there. Sunday is tea at 3. Throughout the week, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, it's live at 5. So no matter where you are, you're like, oh, it's 5 o'clock. I got to tune in to Granny D. So I've made so many friends through Granny D, the den mother of YouTube. And I can thank Ralph's Trucking for that. Ralph's Trucking, he's a former co-worker of mine. When I drove for Interstate Distributors out of Lebanon, Tennessee, so did he. And he now drives for Tyson. So you can thank Ralph's Trucking for the chicken and things like that you get in your freezer and refrigerator. He drives for Tyson. So it's not an easy job driving reefer, which stands for refrigerated trailer, reefer. Because I drove reefer when I first started out back in 1996. Reefer is not easy. Okay, so anyway, where was I? Babbling away over here. I'm just all excited to show you the cone yarn. I'm just so excited that Premier did that for me. It was totally unexpected. I'm not being sponsored by anybody. I'm not being paid to say this is great stuff because I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. Probably is. I know the Premier puzzle. Premier puzzle yarn is. I love it. It's beautiful. And I bought a whole mess of it in different blues, shades of blue. There's I'm thinking spring cardigans. But it's funny, the spring cardigan that I'm working on here is a pattern from, I think it's Ivy B Creates. Jen and Ivy are their designers. But she's working on a top that I absolutely fell in love with because I had one like it back in the 80s. So like I said, I've never made a sweater before. I'm not using a pattern. I'm kind of following the instructions she gave me. But I'm not going to give away what I'm doing, actually, because it might still be a secret, because I'm actually being a pattern tester. When she asked me if I wanted to be a pattern tester, I was immensely flattered and honored. And just like I am immensely honored that Premier sent me 9 cones of Chenille bulky 6 yarn. It's gorgeous with 1,312 yards per cone. Wow. Yeah, I'll definitely have to go over to the website and see what patterns I have. And it's amazing, absolutely amazing. Chenille is nice stuff. I got some beautiful yarns and projects coming up. I forgot what other good news. Connie had her giveaway, and I won a mystery bag from Dee's Creative Hands. More yarn. Oh, I stopped over at Yarn Geek's channel, and it was yesterday, and she's talking about she'd rearranged things and moved her camera, and she's just describing every wall. She's surrounded by yarn. Every wall is a yarn wall. She's got her spring wall. She's got her autumn wall. And I said to her, oh my God, yarn wall, a room full of yarn like that is like heaven. And she agreed with me. Oh yes, it's heaven. Oh, and also when I showed IVB Creates what I was doing and how I was doing, she says, oh, I think I like yours even better. That's a huge compliment, because my pattern's not going to look anything like hers. It's similar shape-wise, but she is really talented. She was doing like a checkerboard pattern using, I guess, black and gray and white, and making this gorgeous sweater, and you work it from the bottom up. And being that I've never made a sweater, I was really intimidated. I'm like, how do you do the sleeve part, you know? But she told me, and I'm doing my best. Now, if it turns out it's way too big for me, I don't know. I'd rather things on the loose side anyway. I've stopped wearing tight clothes years ago, back in the 2000s when I went through menopause and lost my shapely figure. No more tight clothes, no more short shorts. No more short shorts. It is a beautiful sunny day here today in North Kakalaki. I will have to go outside and feed my chickens. I fed them the day before. I didn't feed them yesterday. But you know, there should be still plenty of food on the ground for them to peck at. And you know, it's raining. Don't worms and bugs come up out of the dirt? So I did have a nice egg sandwich for breakfast this morning. So I'm kind of going off to the left field. That's my ADHD. That's what made me a good musician. Because I could play one instrument, I'd get bored with it and go, oh, let's play this one now. So I played like 5 or 6 different instruments and gotten quite good on all of them. As a matter of fact, I should have shared my button accordion when I used to drive the truck, and I got a button accordion in the mail that I ordered from eBay. And I taught myself. Within 2 weeks, I was playing a couple songs, like 3 songs. Whiskey in the Jar, and I Am a Wild Rover. You know, Irish pub songs. And let me tell you, the Irish button accordion, it's like a harmonica, because you blow and then you inhale and you get 2 different notes. That's called diatonic, in case you didn't know. That's called a diatonic instrument. So what a booger that was to learn. Like squeezing and pulling, it's going, making all these different notes. So it was a little difficult, but I got there. I just perseverance, and I don't give up on things easily. Put my mind to do something, then I'm going to do it. That's I guess why that's why I took to trucking. There were hardly any women in trucking in 1996. Really, there weren't. Now they're all over. The companies want women. Finally, the light bulb moment came on over these men's heads and said, you know what? Women are safer and more courteous drivers, and they smell better. There's some truckers that go into the driver's room and they clear it out. Everybody says, phew, and they leave. You know, we know how to stay clean in the truck if we can't get a shower. We know how to keep ourselves pretty and clean. So, yeah, I took to trucking. And like back in the 80s, I worked construction. And I was an assistant millwright. So I worked with all the trades. I worked with electricians and welders and carpenters, and I had supervisors from other jobs wanting me because they heard how hard I worked. Not to mention I was cute back in the day. I was cute, I was pretty, I had blonde hair. You know, we were all young and attractive once. So my fiance was so mad. He hated the fact that I was working. He said, "Oh, you're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. The worst thing you could ever do to me is tell me what to do. You cannot tell me what I can't do. I will decide what I can't do. Let me try it for myself and see if I can't do it. But don't shut me out because of my gender. You know what? Society owes women a few hundred years of reparations, don't you think? I should have been able. I wanted to go trucking in the 70s. I had a trucking boyfriend. He had an old cab over. He says, "Oh, girls don't do that." So that was in the 70s, like 73, 74. Now, 1996, I said, "Oh, yeah, I'm going to drive me a truck, big truck. I'm driving my truck, driving my big old truck." Took to it like a duck to water. Loved it. I got to see the most. Our country is beautiful, beautiful country. Going out west was my favorite. Going through the Red Rock Canyon in Utah. Oh my God, my eyes were bugging out of my head. All I could say was, "Wow, good job, God. Wow, Lord, look what you've done. That's beautiful." I couldn't stop praising Jesus and praising the Lord for the beauty I was looking at. It was amazing. And in Arizona, I looked over to my right. Well, my eyes were always glancing. I knew what was going on around me every second. But I glanced over to the right, and I did a double, triple take. See a whole field of wild horses. There must have been 50 of them. All running to beat the band. But I'll tell you, galloping. Wild and free. And their manes were flying out behind them. Their tails were flying out behind them on this prairie, I guess. It was just an absolute Kodak moment in my mind. I wish I could have taken a picture. I really do. But I was driving a truck, you know, and you're just not going to get a good picture. But wow, what a sight that was to see. You know, Oregon. Oh, Lord have mercy, how beautiful Oregon was. And these are things I never would have gotten to see had I stayed with a man that says, "Oh, you can't do that," or "You can't do this." You know, my life turned out the way it was supposed to. Maybe it wasn't the life I originally intended, but I think I've not done too bad with it. I did do some challenges and overcame driving a big truck, because I used to drive a Volkswagen Beetle. Get out of a Beetle and get into a 18-wheel semi. It's a little bit of a stretch there, you know. So that is what's going on. And again, with Premier Yarns, you blew me away, my friends. You blew me away. I am just so honored and flattered and thankful and grateful for the beautiful cones. Do you hear my rooster? Beautiful cones of chenille you sent to me. I have to do it justice. So I have to look on your site and see what patterns I can find. And I will, of course, I will review it. I'm sure it's fantastic. I love all of your yarns. You know, and no, Premier did not pay me to say that. I truly love Premier Yarns. And of course, when they have a sale, whoopee, I'm really happy. Because, yeah, I missed out on Hobby Lobby. Everybody's posting these amazing Hobby Lobby hauls. And my Hobby Lobby said, "Oh, we did ours in January." Now, I sure hope that young man didn't lie to me, because I do not tolerate liars. Not at all. There's no integrity when somebody lies and cheats. And that goes along with stealing, too. I've known bad people, bad people, liars, cheats, and thieves, oh my. So I love my community of crocheters because we're all good yarny peeps. Good-hearted, loving, supportive yarny peeps. And thank you, Dee's Creative Hands, for donating to Connie's birthday bash. I won your mystery bag. And thank you, Just Another Stitch. That was Connie, who had the birthday bash and the giveaway. Now, tonight is Dee's Creative Hands. She comes on every Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dee's Creative Hands. And let me tell you, that chat goes crazy. There's a lot of people in there. I am a mod in her chats, which I'm very honored when somebody asks me to be a mod for them. So I try to stay on top of everything. We have a couple other really great mods. The other one's Zoila Rivera, and we've got Tank, I Love to Crochet. So we thank everybody for super chat, super stickers, for their support at Dee. We greet each other. And it's a good 2 hours, sometimes longer. So we're celebrating Dee's birthday month and St. Patrick's Day tonight. Tonight is Saturday, March 18th. And her husband is such a cool dude, man. He made himself a leprechaun outfit. They love getting dressed up in costumes, and I just enjoy the heck out of that. If you look at any of my older videos, look up Lady Trucker Contest. I had a character that I dressed up in costume. I was Ethel Fastway. And you have to look and see how hideous I make myself look with the wig and everything. But I love dressing up in costume and playing different characters too. Just another aspect of being a creative person, you know? So anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you have any ideas what you would do with some Chenille's Bulky 6 yarn, please let me know. And I urge you to go to premieryarns.com and check out their awesome products. And the sales, they had some really good sales. I mean, I saved $25 off of the 3-pack of clean cotton. That's amazing. I'm going to make a hell of a nice pocketbook with that. That's going to be fun. Of course, I'll show you all when I'm done with it. Could be a while. I mean, I'm still working on this sweater. I'm not like some people that have 20 whips going on all at once. I used to be like that. Now I've learned how to be more focused and work on the project I've started before I... Otherwise, if I wait too long and I go back to it, I forgot what I was doing. I have a pattern I started 25 years ago, maybe 30 years, back in the 80s. And I've only got 3/4 of it done. It was filet crochet. It was Victorian looking. It was beautiful. 3/4 of it done. I find the pattern and I can't find the project. Then I find the project and I can't find the pattern. It probably don't even make that same yarn that I was using anymore. I mean, that's why it's better off, I think, to sit, do my project, work on that, stay focused, and don't be bouncing all over the place. Thank you guys for coming by. Please give me a thumbs up. You know how YouTube is with the thumbs. Randy D, all of them, you're always bugging me. Leave a thumb, leave a thumb. Leave your DNA on the like button. You don't even have to subscribe. Just like it. I'm likable. Okay, I love you guys. Thank you for watching Premier Yarns. I cannot thank you enough for the blessing you bestowed upon me. I am really grateful. I'm floored. I'm excited. Amazing. Yes, and yes, I will definitely review the Chenille. I will find a nice project to get something started with it and review it, but I'm sure it's going to be awesome, just like all of your yarns are. Thank you, everyone, for watching, coming by and spending a little time with me in the world of YARNBARF. Oh, I didn't giggle that time. Love you all. Bye for now. Hope I see you later at Dee's Creative Hands.